Okay, ladies and gentlemen, while I'm away in Pamun, this is the work that you need to be focusing on. I'm leaving you a video because I will obviously not be here to help you along with it. But look at the examples you've been given. Look at the models of the historical investigations you've been given. You have all of these materials. Make sure that you check the sheet that has the various grade word counts on it and the number of sources that you need. Utilize all those materials, then watch this video and follow along, and you will have no problem. Okay, so what you're going to do here is basically you are going to combine a normal essay outline with your research. So you already have an annotated outline with an annotated bibliography with your sources on them. Now you're going to plug them into an outline like you would create for any essay. Little combination thing. And Anjali has done this very, very extensively. And let me just say for a second, Anjali has 7 claims in this, and I've left them here just so that you have a lot of examples. But this paper that she wrote, or this kind of template that she put together, outline that she put together, has 42 pages. You absolutely do not need to do that. Yours will be much shorter, and that is fine. But you can see, first off, this will be left for you in Google Classrooms, MYP to DP1, Historical Investigation Annotated Outline Template. This is just to distinguish between what the DP2 does and what MYP and DP1 have to do. And if you look directly on the cover sheet, you will see that there are 3 sections, and they are very easy. Section A is a little bit funky because it's a requirement that the IB has for this paper, but I'll show you what you have to do in a second. Section B is an annotated outline. You're going to have claims, which again, claims are arguments or topic sentences, etc., but they're topics and they're arguments. So please make sure that you've got it arranged like that. And then you are going to put your research underneath them. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Then section C is just getting ready for the reflective section of your paper. And all you have to do right now is circle some questions or issues that you are interested in, because when you do this in the final version for you, it will be a video on your website. So we'll get to that later. So let's take a look at section A really quickly. Section A, very simple, evaluation of sources. You're going to do OPCVL twice after a little bit of an introductory blurb here. So you follow along. The first requirement is your research question. And your research question, you can see Anjali's research question is, to what extent did U.S. foreign policy, blah, 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 blah. So this does not have to be your final research question. This is your current draft research question. So don't worry about if it's going to change. It can change a little. Your subject can't change, your topic can't change, but your research question will probably change. But notice, after number 1, she has written her research question. Number 2, reason why these sources are valuable to you and your IA. You are going to pick 2 sources. Notice source number 1 for Anjali and source number 2. These are 2 critically important sources for your historical investigation. I would just say pick the 2 most important ones, and then you're going to do OPCVL on them. That's it. Just like this. You're going to put it right in the boxes, just like this. OPC paragraph, values paragraph, limitations paragraph in terms of OPC. So before you do that, though, you're going to quickly summarize why the 2 sources are important to you in 1 or 2 sentences. So Anjali has written, overall, these 2 sources provide clear evidence that the Pacific War was not simply the fault of the USA or Japan, but rose from a complex set of economic and political issues and rivalries. That's how they help her paper. That is valuable to her and her IA, especially because her question is, what was it U.S. foreign policy? And she's going to show that to what extent it was foreign policy in the context of all of these other factors. Boom, that's it. So you get this and this. Do your best. These are not expected to be final drafts. These are your current drafts based off of your reading and research. So get ready for that. Then, quite simple, source 1, put the citation, just like she did, and then OPC it, okay? So OPC, all the information there, values in terms of it, so valuable in terms of its origin, valuable in terms of its content, because you must address at least 2 in every example, as we know. Then paragraph 3, limited in terms of origin, limited in terms of its content. Boop, good. Okay. Then her second source, OPC, V, L. Done. That's it. Okay? So just do that. Pick your 2 most important sources. Follow this example carefully, perfectly. That's it. And if you do that, you'll be fine. Okay. So, section B. Section B is the investigation, what's called the investigation, the actual essay. So here, number one, thesis paragraph. Write your research question. Write your research question again. That's it. I'm going to put it in bold here. Okay. Done. Just copy it. That's it. Then there's a little note here that says annotated citations if necessary, but it's not usually essential for the, you know what, we're just going to get rid of this. You don't need it. Just write your research question. That's for the DP2. And then you go right into your first claim. The Pacific War was provoked due to racial discrimination. Now notice, this is not a topic, it is an argument. She is saying the Pacific War was provoked due to racial discrimination. This is how it happened. She didn't just say discrimination in the Pacific War. She said it was provoked due to racial discrimination. So she is making an argument. She is not just stating a topic. In order to support this claim, she is going to use, again, demystifying Pearl Harbor. This is one of her sources. So she has a little bullet point onto the first claim, and this is her source. Now, all she's doing is copying and pasting from her annotated bibliography. That's it. She's just telling me that in order to support this first claim, she needs this source. Then we scroll down, and she tells me how American policy toward Japan contributed to war in the Pacific. She needs this source too. Oh, this is actually an article from a larger book, and she has the Google Drive link. All that great stuff. So, citation, OPCVL from the annotated bibliography. That's it. So what this shows is she has organized her essay in terms of her arguments, and she is showing me that she knows what research she needs in order to justify that claim and make it clear. And then you could see that Anjali does this for many, 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 many pages. But this is going to help you because it's going to help you organize your paper, and you will know exactly what evidence you need when you actually write your essay. So it's just an organizational tool. Now give me 1 second because her paper is so long, and we're going to go down to section C, and you will see what you have to do. And I wish I could find the pause button, but here we go. Where is it? I probably should have deleted some of her claims. But I wanted to give you guys... Okay, perspective analysis. Nope, you don't have to do that. Section C. Okay, conclusion. You don't need anything for the conclusion right now. Okay, section C, reflection. I hope that when you're actually listening to the video, that like dull period that is a horrible thing to have in a video is exciting for you. But all you have to do here is take a look at these questions and see if there are any that interest you in terms of the work that you were doing. Were there any of these questions that were brought up kind of like, did they were they relevant to your work or not? Just circle 3 or highlight 3 that you find interesting. We're going to talk about this in class, so don't worry about this too much. You can change these later, but I just want you thinking about what challenges you face while you're writing the paper, because that's going to be the major part of your reflection. But that's it. And so a big part of that video is just scrolling through this document, this monster document that Anjali has. But remember, all you're doing is follow the template, look at the examples. You're just doing OPCVL twice, writing your research question, then outlining your essay, and plugging in the materials from your annotated bibliography. That is it. So good luck, and I will see you guys in a week.